Welcome back, guys. So now let's see the fourth question of the contest. The question is partition. Like as the name suggests, what we have to do, we are given a array of two and integers, and we have to divide it into two arrays, each of size n. And we have to and what we have to do is we have to minimize the difference of the sums of the arrays. Okay, so this is the question. So now let's see how we would approach it. So for that, we would see here like what I have done. Okay, so one important thing is we have to see the constraints as well, because it would matter a lot. By seeing constraints, we have to make our solution in this problem. Okay, so you can see the constraints nums value. These are high, and also like n value is less, so we can accordingly proceed. And now let's see the approach. So in the approach, what I have done is I have divided the array into two halves of each of size n, because as we know the given array is of 2n size. And then what I did is for the first half I have some things pre-calculated. What I calculated is, we can see that what I did was I took all the possible subsets of this half, and I stored their sum and their size, and I stored the sum of the corresponding subset to its size. Like what I mean by this is, like I have a vector. Let's suppose I have a vector. Okay, a vector matrix I have of size 10. So what I did was, now let's suppose n is 5. So let's suppose its one subset would be of size 3, and there would be many subsets of size 3. They may contain some different values of some. Like one subset of size 3 would contain some 10, one would contain some as 100. So what I did is, for each subset of size 3, I have stored the corresponding value of the sum into a vector. Okay, like at a of 3, what would be present? A vector would be present, which would contain the values 10 comma 100. So this is how I have done it. So I hope it is clear that what I have added, like how I have pre-calculated certain things for the first half. Like I took all the possible subsets, and what all their sum is, I took that and I put it into the and then I put it into the, basically I put it into the vector matrix corresponding to the size of this subsets, for this subset for which I have calculated the sum. Like I can show the code from this, it would be more clear. So this is the code for that region. What I have done is, I have calculated the sum. I have calculated the sum for each subset in this variable. For each subset, I have calculating the sum, and it is getting stored in sum, and also the size of the subset I am calculating. And in that vector corresponding to that position, I have created a vector, and I am pushing back that corresponding sum. Okay, so this is what I have done for the first half. Now let's see what I did for the second half. What I did here was, I took all the subsets, and again I took their sum, and I again checked what size of this current subset is. And then what did is, like, I will tell you by an example. So now let's suppose n is equal to 10. Okay, n is equal to 10, and let's suppose I have selected a subset with 5 elements. Okay, so now I have a particular sum, let's say 100. It contains 5 elements, sum equal to 100, and it contains 5 elements. So how much more elements do we require? 5 more elements we have to we require. Why we require 5 more elements? Because we have to partition the array into n elements. So if we take 5 elements from this side, then other 5 elements should be from the other side. Okay, because we are checking all the subsets, so all the cases would be covered. So if I take 5 elements from right side, then I would have to take other 5 elements from the other side. So similarly, and also as we know, what I have done is I have stored the sum corresponding to the size. So what size do we require? 5 size we require. And in that vector, and in that vector I would search which sum should I take so that minimum difference of the arrays would be there. Okay, so this is how I have moved forward. So for second subset, what I have done is, like, we can now see the code directly. So also I have what I have done is I have sorted each and every subset size. Like, I sorted the sum that I was pushing back into the vector matrix. Okay, so why I have done this? I have done this because I have to so that I can optimize it further. Like, I can directly access like which all sum should I take for minimum difference or not. That we can do directly. I will tell you how I did that. So now this is again that part that I calculated the sum for this particular subset. I calculated this size. This is the second half for second half. Okay, as I have stored the elements into that V, all the elements of the other half I have stored it into the V, and then I have calculated again the sum for each subset, the size of it. Okay, so now the required, since required are n and we already took co-elements, so other elements we would take from the other half. So how many elements we have to take from the other half? It would be required. It would be in the required variable n minus co. Okay, so if required equal to 0, that means all the elements of this half we have taken. Then only the required elements from the other side would be 0. So which means what my current sum is, uh, it would be the sum of one side. Okay, sum of one side, and for the other side, what would be the sum? Total sum minus sum. It would be the sum of other side. Second side, it would be this. And what we have to do is we have to find the minimum absolute difference. So what would be the absolute difference? Total minus sum minus sum. So it would be total minus 2 sum, isn't it? So if you agree, like, you can write it and you can see yourself. So what we have to do, minimum of mini difference, comma, abs, like it can be like 2 into sum can exceed total. So we have to do that modulo we have to take. So I have taken that modulo. Okay, so now let's see what if the required is not equal to 0. If it is 0, then we have handled the case. If it's not 0, then see what I have done. In order to optimize also, we would see what I have done. So yeah, now what I have done is I have stored total by 2 into a variable r. So what I have done here is, like, let's see the approach. Uh, what if someone says you that you have to minimize the difference? So what you would try to do? You would try to break down the array into two equal halves such that each half should contain total sum by 2. The sum of all the variables should be this. Ideally we want this because we have to minimize the difference, and minimum absolute difference would be 0. So what we want is left half should contain the sum equal to total sum by 2, and right half should contain the sum equal to total sum by 2. So this is our ideal scenario that we want. Okay, so I have taken, what I have done is I have stored this value into R, and then what I have done is, we know how much elements we require. By this we knew that how much elements we have to take from the first half, and from that matrix we would search the values. So now what I have done is, like, let's suppose we took any particular subset from here. Okay, its sum is, let's say x, and what our ideal scenario was, where some let it be equal to r. Ideal scenario was r. So now I have to search how much more do I need to reach r, that I would see. And how much more do I need to reach r is r minus x. Okay, so this much more value I need to reach my ideal scenario. Okay, so what I will do is I will apply binary search, or we can say that I would apply the lower bound function, in which I would see that in the matrix, that in the, just a second, would we would see the matrix at the required, like, this size we require, and the sum from this size we would need. And what optimal sum we would need is like the lower bound as much close as possible to r minus x. What was our x? We can see, you can see that a subset which whose sum we calculated in this process, whose sum is x, that subset sum is x. So r minus x is our required tendency to reach to more optimal answer. So we need r minus x. Okay. So what I have done is I have found the used binary search, or you can say I have used the lower bound function, in which we through which we I have found that which possible sum is just greater than what I require. Okay. So let's suppose that would come certain number. So that number, that sum I would take. That sum I would take. Let's suppose that sum is s1. So s1 plus already what sum I have, x. So this would be my sum of elements of an array whose number of elements would be equal to n. Okay, so the other half would contain total minus, let's give this name this, to total minus this. This would be the sum of the other half array. This would also contain n elements. So I would take the difference, so it would become total minus 2 into this. It would be our, I would take modulo, and this would be our absolute minimum difference for this particular subset that I chose. Okay, do you agree with this? Okay, so someone might say that you just found a greater element which is nearing this number. Okay, what if we can also take element which is less than this number, because we want absolute, like just greater would also do, but just less can also be an answer. So I tell yes, it can be answer. So what we would do is check the just previous value of that as well. Like what I have done was I have took lower bound and found that value, and that value I considered as my sum for the required number of elements. So what I can do is I can just take the previous value as well and check for that as well, like whether that is providing the minimum answer or not. So this is how I solved it. Now let's see through code as well, like it would be more clear. What I did is I took the lower bound of r minus sum. Sum is my current subset sum, that is x. That what I showed in the picture as x. You can write it as x. Okay, so and as we know, required number of elements are this, and the sum of all the subsets whose sum is like all the subsets whose size is required, their sum I have stored in the adjacency matrix, and I have calculated the lower bound from that vector because I want the nearest element to r minus x. So I found that element and I have put this condition. I found that element, and what I have done is like adj of required that vector I have stored into another vector so that I can easily denote it. So I add the sum to the temp vector, and what I did is, like as I told here, s1 plus x. So what would be our s1? Our s1 would be equal to temp of, and this would be our s1 subset sum of for that particular size, and it would be most optimal. So I've added that into the sum. Sum means x only. I added that. Either you can write s1 plus x as well. So 2 into sum, which means you can also have you could have also written x plus s1. That would also work fine. That is what we are doing. We are taking the minimum difference. And also, what if the uh, next smaller sum would have been the optimal? So for that case also I have taken that thing all into consideration. Like uh, I have I took the previous index for the sum that we are taking from the adjacency matrix, which contains the sum of values, which contains the sums for different sizes of subsets of number of elements. Okay, so yeah, that you can see through the code as well. You would understand it. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you very much.